What's up, nerds and nerdettes and we little nerdlings all? It's your buddy Big John Achievement 2 Gun Pixie presents Legendary Gaming! And we got Mo, Larry, and Curly here.
Guessing which one I am.
Alright, so I've had this game sitting on my shelf for a couple of months. This was, just before it came out. This game was sent to us by Osprey Games. To video, review, preview, talk about, showcase. And I'm sorry to say we only just had the opportunity to get to the table now. And we just played 2 games of this. And we got things on our mind. So,
I think just starting out, I mean, the fact that we did 2 back-to-back rounds super fast says a lot. Because we were so into it after getting the first game. We're like, we got to play again. We got to play through it again. It was a lot of fun. I mean, everything. I have yet to play an Osprey Games game that I have not liked.
Yep. Right.
Everything, they're great with everything, and this was the same, right on point with everything else. A lot of fun, really deceptively strategic, which is what I always find with the Osprey games. Is it's like, oh yeah, this is simple.
Right.
I'm going to sit here for 5 minutes and think about my next turn because I have no idea. The objective of the game is, the idea is that you're of the high society, you're of the upper class, and you want to try to make sure you show off your status by bidding on high-level items, like you want to buy the theater, or you want to buy good, really nice clothing and everything. And there's range. The point values range from 1 to 10 for the cards. Right. And you want to try to bid on what you have, with what you have, with the money that you have. And the idea is you're bidding for the status cards against everyone else. But it's not that simple because there's also cards that detract from your score, there's cards that multiply your score, and depending on what's out at the given time, it changes the strategy because you want to try to avoid the negative cards while also paying for the decently priced cards. But it really it comes down to how much are you willing to spend, because if you have the least amount of money by the time the game ends, it doesn't matter how many points you have, you're out, because the whole thing is that you don't have enough money anymore to qualify to be the high society person anymore.
Right.
You've been cast out.
You've been cast out of
you are
the
now
upper
too
class
poor.
because you're too poor.
You're shunned by everybody.
It doesn't matter what you have. You have nothing.
Right.
You have no assets to show for it, so it doesn't matter. But yeah, deceptively strategic, but still mechanically very simple.
I agree with you 100% on that. I will say I thought the artwork for the cards and the box is very reminiscent of The Great Gatsby.
Yes.
We actually called one of the cards Great Gatsby.
Yeah.
I love the artwork on it. The feel of the cards, fantastic. I mean, they slide right out. 1, 2, 3. Touching about what you were saying with strategy, it's amazing how you can have this handful of thousands and thousands of francs, and you're suddenly putting down, let's say, 17,000 francs to get the vacations. Well, if you're like me and get stuck behind Alex, Alex is probably going to ruin your party and bid higher. So now you have to think, boy, do I really want this piece of property? And it goes around to a few other people, and sometimes you win, and sometimes you lose, and you wind up taking your money back.
You get a little bit too high, yeah.
And you get a little bit too high. Like, we pushed each other. You're trying to get money out of people's hands. I mean, even for low-value points, you're trying to make sure if Ryan is going to get it, you better pay up for the most I think I can squeeze out of you.
Yeah.
because if you win the bid, you lose your money. If you lose the bid, you get your money back.
You get your money back.
And whoever has the lowest amount of money at the end of the game is automatically the loser and not even in the running.
No,
to see if they've accumulated enough points to win the game.
Right.
And then the negative cards are the opposite, where everyone you're bidding not to get it, and whoever takes the card takes back whatever they bid. So everyone who's put in money loses that money. So it makes for a lot more strategy than it seems like there would be. Mm-hmm. And you know, we had the first game where the last person with money left ended up winning because they could buy the cards that they needed just at the end, and squeak by.
Yep.
Second game, the person who bought the first and third card ended up winning the game. Like, he didn't bid anything else just to keep away from negative points. So
It was actually 2 different strategies for the same game on 2 different times. Which
With the
is crazy.
same group of people.
With the same group of people, you had conservative. It seemed like a little conservative the first game, and people were like, all right, now I've kind of figured this out. I want to get those 7, 8, 9, 10 points, and then you're suddenly overbidding for the higher cards.
And that's the other, like, you want to wait for those high level cards. However, there's 4 of these, like, bluish, greenish, dark greenish cards. If all 4 of them come out,
when the fourth one comes out.
When the fourth one comes out, the game's over.
Right.
No matter what, like that card is considered the end of the game.
Right.
And the rest of those high level cards could be sitting in the deck somewhere. It's like, and you were sitting waiting on the 6 and 7 to come out, and they never did.
And they never did. Yeah.
And it turned out for us that we got down to the last 2 cards. I think
the second round.
And in the first game, I think we were down to the last 2 or 3 as well.
Yeah.
But I mean, conceivably, this game could last 6, 7 turns.
Yeah.
Like, it could be very short.
Yeah.
Too.
Very, very short.
There is balancing, waiting for those good cards and getting points early to ensure that you won't lose.
Right. But it's tough because you never know, like he was saying, you never know when these dark bluish cards are going to come out. So the first couple of games, we're very lucky. I mean, we got all the way down to the end of the deck.
Yeah.
A good example here, you and I were in a bidding war for the 9-pointer.
Yeah, we went back and forth on that. We basically I spent almost my entire hand to get that.
Right, and then you got your money back, and then I'm like, oh boy, now I need to conserve some money.
Yeah.
But then an 8 comes right out, and then you're bidding with me again, or you and John for a point times 2, and you wind up just having the multiplier. So you never know what you're going to be bidding on. Like John ended up with a ton of money at the second game.
Yeah, that was a factor in winning. I would have won the second game too.
Yeah, absolutely.
Definitely.
But this was fun. It was 1, 2, 3 to learn.
Yeah.
Yeah,
the rule book is 6 pages. I think one of those pages isn't even a full.
Yeah.
Like one of them is just like flavor text or something like that. So it doesn't even that's all again. Quick rule books. I love quick rule books. I love super tiny rule books.
And there's lots of art in it too, so it's not like it's full pages.
And that's just descriptions and everything. So it's
You can pick it up and start playing. I'd say it took us maybe 10 minutes.
Maybe.
Reading through the rules.
How long do you think the games were?
It took me about 10 minutes to walk the 20-sided mutts, and when I got back, you guys had the game figured out.
So there you go.
I would say both games combined, we played a half hour, 40 minutes.
Probably 40.
Yeah, I'd say 40, 45.
Yeah.
For 2 games combined.
For both games.
That's not bad. I mean, these are like you've said in your other videos, games that you might want to play while you're waiting on a Comic-Con line.
This is perfect.
Good filler games.
Yeah. This is 100% perfect, and it's one of those things you're like, man, I can't believe I was so close to winning. Let's break it out. Let's play it again. I want to see if it changes.
And keep in mind that we played those 2 games in 45 minutes and it's not like we were blazing through it.
Right.
Like, there was a lot of thinking and a lot of strategy. So, I mean, depending on who you're playing with, I mean, I think the longest this game is ever going to take is half an hour.
100%.
And I can see it going in 10 minutes, depending on how the deck and the players play.
Right.
So, between those 2 things, this game could be crazy.
Just like with poker players, it gets to a level where good poker players don't always sit there for 5 minutes.
Right.
Because they already know the cards, they know the system, they know how to do it, so they know what to play. And I think you're right. I think this is the same way. I think after a few games of this, you kind of get that poker mentality where, like, I mean, I know I langolired. I sat here and ate 5 minutes here, 10 minutes there, just trying to figure it all out in my head. If I do this, that could happen.
Yeah.
But that's the same thing with people that aren't familiar with poker do.
Right. Yeah.
So, that's why I got to agree with the 20-sided Warriors on that one, really 100% there. After you play this game a few times, there's no way this could ever take you more than like 20 minutes.
No, and like you said, it's got so much basic poker thought going into it. Like, you never know. Like, if I put out 35,000 francs, I don't know if Alex is going to bid on it, and maybe I didn't want to spend that 35,000 francs on a 6 card.
Yeah.
But then I've got to contend maybe with John. Yeah. Maybe John actually does want that. So you're really you're sizing up like poker players do. You're sizing up the people more so than the cards or the money you have left.
Yeah, how much is worth to him?
Correct.
He's got the times 2, so he doesn't want the 7, and he wants the 5 or the 6.
Right.
And roll with that instead. So now you're fighting for that.
And that's it. It's always a clash of minds over everything else. I loved it. I would play it again right now.
So I guess I don't have to ask you guys if you think if you think it has replayability.
Definitely.
It's definitely got 100% replayability.
And this is the kind of game you think you would suggest to people asking about, have you played a good game lately, or to other gaming friends?
Oh yeah.
I think so, yeah, because it is it's very pretty simple mechanically.
Yeah, this is definitely a gateway game. It's simple enough and familiar enough that you could teach it to somebody who doesn't play board games.
Yeah.
Right.
And they would pick it up. Like, no question. You play one game and they've got it.
Yeah. Oh yeah. 100%. And I mean, all the card values are very simple. It's 1 through 10.
Yeah.
You collect the most points. You try to have the most money in your hands. That's as simple as it gets.
Yep.
All right, yeah, I agree with you guys, and I had a lot of fun. And I was a little hesitant going into this because this style of game usually isn't my number one style of game, but it really did catch my attention. It got me thinking, and it's just like anything else. You win the first time you play something, you like it.
Right. Yeah. Right. And I've lost both times. You lost both times.
Yeah, I lost
And
it.
And I'm like, I'll play this again.
I'll play it again
In a heartbeat.
because you're really playing the other person. You're really boy. I want to try to out strategize the next guy in front of me.
Yeah, and this is one that I'm considering adding to my collection because it is so fast,
Nice.
and you can play it with anyone.
Yep.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
So-
100%. Yeah. You could easily play this in any.
I mean, it's a great way to kill half an hour,
Yeah,
No doubt.
question.
All right, yeah. So I'm looking forward to us getting this to the table again.
Absolutely.
I would play it again in a heartbeat.
All right, so thumbs up.
Thumbs up.
Thumbs up.
All right, look at that. We got 6 thumbs up between 3 of them. All right, everyone. Thank you as always for checking us out on Facebook and on Twitter, and even checking us out on Instagram more than we check ourselves out on Instagram. And the number one thing, of course, as always, thank you for checking us out and following us, liking us, subscribing to us, commenting, and telling everyone about Two Gun Pixie on the YouTube. Thank you so much. I'm your buddy Big Giant G for the 20-Sided Warriors, and we are out of here.